Exam results are going to be released tomorrow, and you might feel stressed today. So let me teach you how to cope with the exam-related stress. First of all, please avoid student forums today, because the stress is contagious. When I was a kid, when I was studying in school, I was participating in National Mathematics Olympiads. And you know what? You could easily tell those people who are newbies from those who are kind of professionals. Because newbies would say, oh, I'm so stressed. Those people who actually aimed at top prizes, they never talked about stress. Did they feel it? Well, of course, because if you were the first last year, you want to keep up with the status, especially when you're in a high grade and your future depends on it, whether you get to top university or not. But we would never discuss how anxious we feel, because that would make us even more anxious. Idea number 2, run the worst case scenario deliberately. So think about what is the worst that could happen. Okay, you fail. How bad is it really? Will you lose your job? Probably not. Will you be passed on the promotion? Well, maybe. Will this be an end to your career? Highly unlikely, right? So yes, retakes are unpleasant, but that is not the end of the world. The third technique is my favorite. This is called 5-finger technique. This technique should be used almost in all circumstances, every time when you might feel that you are stressed. So, for example, before your exams, when you're waiting for the results, when you can't concentrate on reading the information, like you read this book over and over and you can't understand it, or when you read news and the news recently has been so dramatic, so bad, and you feel anxious, especially if it relates to the country, to the location where you come from. So the technique is like that. You need to take, let's say, left hand, then you take an index finger of your right hand, you put it on the very start of your thumb, and you inhale and you go all the way up to the tip of your thumb. And then you go all the way down, exhaling. So you go to this pit between your thumb and your index finger. And then you go to the tip of your index finger and inhale. Then you go down and exhale. Even if you hate breathing exercises, this one is going to be okay, because you know that is going to be over in 5 fingers, so very soon. And because it actually requires us touching one part of the body with the opposite part of the body, it kind of reboots our system, and you will feel that your head has become clearer. Let's do this technique together, okay? So I'm putting my index finger of my right hand at the start of my thumb, and I'm going up, inhaling. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and finally exhale. You will feel that your head has become clearer. And this is the technique that you should master, so that you would know that it is there regardless of what you do, whether you take exams or you have some hard period at work. Tip number 4, assume a new identity. Look, you are taking ACCA exams to hold top-level positions, right? You don't want to suffer just to be, let's say, an accountant, this junior accountant. So this means that ultimately you will have stress because of the deadlines, of KPIs, of taking decisions under lots of uncertainty, pressure from stakeholders like investors, for example. And you need to manage stress because otherwise you will die at your job. So say it. I'm a future CFO. I can manage stress so I won't fall into this self-destructive thinking. Number 5. Let's make this exam results just a step in our plan. Take an A4 sheet of paper and make this scheme. So first of all, let's say, what is going to happen if I pass? Well, I'm going to take the next exam. What exam will it be? That one. Will I take it for self-study, with a tutor, with a private tutor? Okay. How many hours will I study a day? What about weekends? Am I going to set it in the forthcoming session or later? Okay, what is going to happen if I fail? Do I take another exam with a retake? Okay, if it's another exam, then what exam should I take? How am I going to close the gap? Am I going to just practice a little bit more? Am I going to buy a revision course? Am I going to ask for a private tutor help and get a few classes to pass? So make a plan. And if you have a plan, then your brain will perceive this exam result day differently, just as another step in a plan. And finally, so this is called VAC technique. And so it's widely used to help people during stress. So for example, if they have been in a terrible car accident. So you need to look at visual, auditory, and kinesthetic channels. So visual, what do I see? Well, I see a coffee mug. I see laundry that needs folding. I look outside and I see snow falling. Great. What do I hear? Well, nothing. Really nothing? Okay, I can hear slightly that there are cars outside. I can hear some movement from my neighbors. Oh, I can hear this gentle fan sound from my laptop. Then kinesthetic. What do I feel? Well, my feet are on the ground, so I feel how firm the ground is, my floor is. My hands are on my armrests, so I can feel that it's a little bit rough. I can feel hair touching my cheek. Okay. I also expand this technique with another channel of information, smell. What can I smell? Well, I can smell coffee from my coffee mug. I can smell perfume of my husband because he hugged me before he went to work. And that allows you to take all your thoughts, all this panic, and just throw it out and get into your body and feel better. So these are the 6 techniques that are important. And try practicing them because it's not only about ACCA results. You are going to have so much stress in your future life. Well, this is a fact. And the higher you climb up career ladder, the harder the decisions are. So you need to understand, you need to learn yourself. You need to understand what gives you comfort, what allows you to calm yourself down and just survive this day, live your life, and wait for the exam results without panic. Thank you for listening to me. My name is Lilia Kirilenko. I am an ACCA tutor, and if you decide to take SBR course, then please text me. It's a fantastic course, truly recommended. And if you need a one-on-one tutor to finally pass the exam, this nasty exam, well, please contact me. I have had so many retakers that would come to me after failed PM, FM, APM, IFM, and I made them pass within just a few classes of very condensed work. So goodbye, and I will see you next for the next episode. Bye.